What's going on, guys? Mike O back, and right now I'm doing a contest response for Topps85401. Nate, you asked us to show off some of our favorite vintage cards. My vintage collection isn't what I'd like it to be. It's one of my goals for this year is to pick up a few here and there from some of the legends of the game. Love the vintage cards, love the look of them, love the history of the trading card industry and the hobby, and I certainly love the history of the game as well. Um, but I have a few here, and I'm definitely going to show them off. I've been buying when I've bought vintage lately. It's been old Phillies, and I'm working on that Ultimate Phillies team set. I have a little ways to go. When I get done that, I will show them off for sure. But anyway, let's get started. So right here is a 1950 Bowman of Al Brazel from the St. Louis Cardinals, and I've had this in my collection since I was like maybe 7 years old, 7, 8 years old. Used to go to card shows with my dad all the time, and I remember one time we're looking at some stuff. I forget what he was looking at, um, and I was kind of looking in the guy's display case, and I looked at the sticker, and I said, that card says it's free. And the dealer goes, that's correct. It is free. All you have to do is say please, and it's yours. He's like, I've been waiting all day for someone to notice the price on it, and you're the first one. So I said please, and he gave it to me. So I've always thought it was awesome. I've left it in this holder the entire time. Obviously, there's some damage to it. The back is pretty ripped up. I actually went for years where I didn't know who the player was because the name was ripped off the back. But thankfully, years later, due to a great invention called the internet, it's pretty easy to look these cards up and identify them. So, beautiful card, definitely really awesome. Love it having this in the collection. I'll leave it in there forever. So, really cool vintage Bowman. Outside of that, I just have a few highlights that I've had in the collection for a long time. First up, I guess this is vintage. It's a 70s card, 1976 Hank Aaron. Just one that someone gave me a long time ago, and I've just had it as part of the collection. 76. I guess is kind of old for someone like me who was negative 6 years old at the time. I don't. I guess the definition of vintage is the 70s, maybe even the early 80s at this point. But very cool one. Brewers Hank Aaron card. And then I have this Wally Post Phillies card. This card's pretty beat up, and there's a tear in the back. But honestly, the condition of old cards really doesn't bother me a whole lot. Now, I like to avoid ones that have scribble on it or where kids wrote their names on them. And off center stuff kills me, it crushes it for me, but rounded corners, like, who cares? When the cards are 16, 70 years old, it really doesn't bother me. I understand, the ones that are in fantastic shape are certainly going to hold a premium, but just a really cool Wally Post card. And then I just have a few others here to show off quickly. These were my dad's cards that he gave me. He said he always used to like West Covington when he was a kid. So you got this 1961 Milwaukee Braves tops. Really nice looking card. Cool looking uniforms there for the Braves. And then this one, which I've always liked this card, really cool. West Covington and Johnny Callison Power Plus. Very nice one. And here's a 64 Johnny Callison. 1964, beautiful design. Rough year for the Phillies. Obviously, I didn't witness it, but I've heard all about it. Every older Phillies fan I've ever met, including my dad, has just told me about 1964. Rough way to end the year, but hey, for those who stuck it out to 1980, they will reward it very well. And two Richie Ashburns. First in 1957 Topps, which I love the 57 Topps look. Very cool. Actually made some customs with this design at one point in 5x7s. I think I got a Bobby Doerr style like this signed. But this is really cool. Always liked this card a lot. Very nice Richie Ashburn, Hall of Famer. I remember him obviously for his days as an announcer, but I've seen tons of little documentaries and stuff like that on him, so really cool. And then finally, a 1959 Richie Ashburn. Very nice card as well. Always like this design. So it's just a few of them. I have more. I have a lot of other lesser known Phillies, of course. These are all ones that that I showed off here. These Phillies that my dad gave me. Some of them might be ones he had from his collection or relatives. Other, I think a couple he might have bought later on after his original ones were lost. But hey, hopefully you enjoyed this video, Nate. Guys, you should absolutely subscribe to Topps85401 if you're not. If you're a card fan, you're going to enjoy his channel a lot. You should also check out BaseballJunkiesTV.com. It's a channel of his as well. Fantastic job there. And for some of you younger guys, you definitely want to check out Nate's channel as well. He's been collecting for a long time, has a lot of experience in the hobby, and has a lot of great insight. So I recommend the channel. Thanks for watching. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Have a great one.